Good evening. It's Roy with Cowboy Roy Rogers News and Clues. I have some important information to provide you on a current event of fires in New Mexico that I want to elaborate on the information that Doug Thompson is trying to show on Uncommon News 777 if he can get his phone to actually get connection in that region. Hopefully he is well. We're just looking at Google Maps here for the moment. Yesterday he contacted me about fires in the region. There was this salt fire. This was updated maybe 6 hours ago. I've been looking at different stuff, trying to gather data for a while in the Ruidoso area. And then this South Fork fire. And he was asking if it's anything related to a nearby volcano or a fault line. He's trying to investigate right now the possibility of some intentional setting of said fires for nefarious reasons, like land grab, like possibility in Lahaina and throughout California and such in the past year and longer. But let's buzz through this here. This is the NASA Lance Firms fire information for resource management system. It uses satellite heat signatures. So sometimes there may not be any smoke. There might not even be any fire. There could be deep magma movement beneath the crust, pushing up into magma chambers with magma intrusion and magma plume uplift in regions. This was on the 17th. There was nothing shown on the 16th. Let's go to the 18th. Apparently that's the day of the fires. I didn't manage to see the day that they claim they started because I've spent too long with this. The reason I wish to show it like so is those hot spots quite likely could have been there the days before fires actually ignited. There can be the possibility of magma pushing up through magma tubes and actually coming out of fissures as lava that nobody sees if it's in the wide open country. That does happen. The Paradise Fires, it was reported to me by someone whose friend reported it to officials, and the officials told them to keep quiet. Here is the closest fault line through the area. Here we have Ruidoso in above the center of the map there. That's the closest fault line shown by this ARCGIS through the Global Active Earthquake Faults map. If I can get my screens to cooperate, please bear with me for just a moment. The what do you call, the drop screen in Zoom is making a nuisance of itself. I don't know if you can see this movement, but anyway, I had to search for the nearest volcanoes in the region. One he mentioned isn't all that close, but with those maps that we looked at previously, Generally here where the cursor is was the one fire that started as a very small hot spot, and the other was a hot spot in this region up here that was larger, and then they both expanded. Probably the expansion was after they actually ignited. This is the Sierra Blanca Peak, nearby dormant volcano. In my personal opinion, there's no such thing as an extinct volcano, but you can see here in New Mexico, according to this map, there are a number of volcanoes there. Therefore, I didn't mean to move the map down, sorry about that. There are magma chambers beneath each one of those. Reportedly, by some, over millions of years, magma chambers actually move beneath the crust because the plates are moving above the chambers actually. Anyway, some of these maybe don't have any magma beneath them, but frankly, deep magma moves beneath the entire crust of the earth. That's why there are hot spots seen out beneath the Pacific Ocean, where there are no recorded seismic activity, no recorded volcanic activity, and also locations where there are no fires releasing the gas from oil field, offshore oil rigs with their flares. No gas flares from offshore drilling rigs. Here is Doug's video that hopefully he will be available for. He did one earlier to inform us he was on his way there. So he's going to try to do some investigating. He may be using his drone now if he's still got daylight in that region. For some foolish reason, I am not seeing that latest. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, folks. Live videos. Here we go. He's questioning whether or not Ruidoso may have been attacked in some form. With the size of these, I personally would say and agree with my friend in British Columbia, Canada, Brian Gunderson, on Geomagnetic EarthWatch, that I don't really think there were enough people out there with lighters and fuel cans or something to ignite the fires all at once in the region, especially if initially it was much smaller in one location, but a broad area in another location. That's probably up to, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. Let's zoom in here a bit, because this is showing individual heat indications. So was there 30, 40 people out there igniting fires? But our concern is jets have been rigged with lasers to atomize the atmosphere in front of them on the older jets, or possibly even prop engine airplanes, in order to make it possible for them to fly faster with less fuel with a smaller aircraft. This has already been seen a few years ago. This guy who calls his channel Dutch Sense claimed that our own military was shooting lasers at each other. from some lines he saw across some of our southeastern states. Same individual who has done good on earthquake reporting and forecasting in the past, but on any other topic is fully loaded with yah-yah because he doesn't do enough research. Florida Maquis actually exposed by doing real research what most likely it was is jets flying between the two locations so they could land at the other air base after testing these lasers in front of them. There's other lasers that many people want to accuse of starting things at Kelowna, British Columbia, and at Lahaina, Maui, and possibly in Greece last year that could have very well come from heat from beneath, or maybe not. There is modern prophecy through Geely Green Ministries that it will be exposed what truly started the fires in Alberta, Canada. So we will see what happens. But I can say, like Brian said, when you've got a region that is multiple kilometers in size or miles, it's highly unlikely it was a bunch of individuals that started something and then somehow managed to escape the area on foot because it's out in the middle of nowhere, as the regions in British Columbia and Alberta, Canada have been. And please go to Brian's channel. He has been showing some events occurring with fires in Italy, in areas where there's no roads and there's multiple separate fires, as if most likely the ignition source was coming from beneath. That's about all I got for you. So please check them out. We'll, like I said, fault line way away. But, oh, here we go. There are some volcanoes that are marked not too far away. And then let's see if there's any chance he's available right quick. If YouTube would cooperate. And let's see who's still in chat. Hopefully, here, y'all join me for just a moment. Did I spell that right? Maybe. So thank you all for tuning in. And I will share the Rumble link if it uploads there throughout Facebook and MeWe and my YouTube community tab. And if it doesn't go there, I'll put it on YouTube. Thank you all. Please try to be a blessing to others. Thank you that are a blessing to me and my little channel here. And I wish you a blessed night and ask you to please pray for everyone anywhere affected by all these different natural events or those that maybe aren't natural. Learn what you can do to protect yourself. Always have 2 fire extinguishers in your vehicle. Try to have them every room of your home, your work, whatever. Have stored water for any time municipal water or electricity to your well is unavailable. Try to have holding tanks of rainwater. If it's illegal, put an underground holding tank you can pump out with a hand pump. I don't know. But don't let globalist ideology and foolish, uneducated nonsense prevent you from surviving things that can actually be survived quite well, especially with prayer. And you can also pray for what things you need to be praying for certain situations to get through, especially if they're geopolitical. So wish them all Haman's reward. You can look that up in the book of Esther. Thank you all.